Well, here we are, everybody. We are returning to Monsta X Monday. You know what that means? More Monsta X. No, but for real, we are starting this week off, and we are delving into their Japanese catalog a little bit with Stuck. Yes, now we know that whenever they put out any music, obviously that's very good. For some reason, especially though, their foreign language music to them, foreign language to them, is generally just like absolutely the absolute top peaks. Anyway, my name is Aaron. If you're new here, I try to help you to love the music that you already like. And yeah, we're starting off today with Stuck. So let's check it out. Okay, getting hype. Ooh. 10 years ago. Yo, this is sick though. Yo. 우와. I loved that. Oh. Wow. Goodness. I thought that was very sick. See, I have to be real. I am as honest as I allow myself to be, which is generally almost sometimes, well, it's always honest. But I love the attention to detail. You know this. If you don't, then you're probably new here. Oh goodness. I love the detail though, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. I love this. There's little details like this that I just think is so cool. Just that little like add to it. Now, one thing that I want to say too. This might be slightly controversial, but I feel like I've listened to enough like Monsta X, stuff like that. Starship might be one of the best companies when it comes to mixing music. Oh my goodness. This is the mix on this is so dynamic. I actually really like this. Like we start off, right? Start off hype with a little bit of EDM, maybe, some, yeah. Get the big build up and drop. You ready? Let's go. And it's got some like trap in there, right? So like, okay, you're starting off with some hype and some, some trap and stuff like that, doing really well. Mixing it in with those like just really solid harmonies and vocals, and then what do we get next? Strings start coming in. All of a sudden you're starting to notice a little bit of like, oh, is that a guitar? Getting that hype again. And then you got the true, just kind of like trap drop there. And then of course at the very end we get this. Reminds me a lot of like DJ Snake. And like then also, of course, you have to talk about that they also throw in the rap. And like you get so much of this, you get all this jumbled up, and they do so well. But again, talking about that mix though, everything can be heard, and there might be a couple times where maybe it does feel like maybe the instrumentals might be just slightly overbearing and a little bit loud, but you know what, everything is still clear and everything's still divided, and you can still hear everything pretty much clearly. So I don't know, especially like as we've gone on and we've gotten like new music from Monsta X and Ive and all them, the mixing at this company is actually, to me, I think otherworldly. I actually think they just do such a good job with that. But then you like also got this all too that we've talked about, and then you mix in like these soft vocals and like how do you mix all that with something that just goes so hard and starts off with so much hype? And here you are, they're doing it. So I dare say this might enter into the favorites category when it comes to Monsta X. I really do think this could be in that category for sure. So anyway, let's move on to the next song, shall we? Next, we are moving on to another song called, I believe it's called Sweetheart. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now I have to double check because now my brain is playing this trick where it thinks I'm wrong. Yep, it's Sweetheart. Monsta X. There we go. That was weird.
2016. I always love you. 사랑스러운 그녀 그리 쳐다보지 마요. 난 이렇게 그러니까요. Yeah. 사랑스러운 보정에 누가 제발 좀 봐요. 심각하게 귀여우니까요. Yeah, yeah. 진한 눈썹과 부드러운 하얀 솜털난 얼굴 어떻게 하면 좋겠어. 정말 넌 내게 백설탕 같은 그녀 사랑해줘요. 백설탕 같은 그녀 날 예뻐해줘요.
Ooh.
제발 날 좀 쳐다봐. 바람에 살랑 스치듯 날아가지 마. 난 너랑 머물러서 사랑하고파. 꽃 한 송이
Well done.
날리기에 서로를 녹아. Oh my god 어쩌면 좋아. 그냥 네가 좋아. 굳었던 마음이 새싹이 피나봐. 이제 내게 오는 발걸음만 있다면 그렇게 너와의 봄이 시작된 거야. 몽글몽글한 나의 사랑 요 앞 가방에서 데이트해줘 제발 나랑. 너의 가만히 놔두면 안 되겠는 바람에 휘날려 날아갈 것만 같은 사람 girl. 무슨 말이 필요해. 있잖아 너한테 내가 좀 많이 집요해. 오그라드는 말도 잘할 수 있어 나. 진짜? 야 이제 나한테 와라. 내가 설탕 같은 그녀 날 녹여줘.
Hey, this is kind of catchy, I'm not gonna lie.
같은 그녀 날 사랑해줘요. 백설탕 같은 그녀 날 사랑해줘요. 백설탕 같은 그녀 날 이뻐해줘요.
Interesting. You know, I think the interesting thing about this song is that I feel like, for me personally, that we've listened to a lot of Monsta X on this channel. I mean, it's getting kind of up there now, and I realize that I don't know if I've ever heard them just come out so blatantly with a love song like this. Like, they've had songs that were love songs, and they've had lyrics that were like love song lyrics. But this was a lot more of a typical love song, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the kind of love song that I feel like that Monsta X usually writes, if that makes sense. I feel like that there's not generally a ton of this styling. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong, but it feels like, from me recollecting everything that we've ever listened to, and I've never heard them sound like this before for a love song. And you know what? It works. I mean, I guess I could say, disincluding OSTs. Some of those probably could be considered maybe a little bit more on the lovey-dovey side. But, you know, I always say this, I think it's important to hear songs like this come from groups like this, because I feel like a lot of times we're kind of locked in on what they sound like. This is just how it is. This is just who they are. They can't really stray from the sound. Even though they are very experimental, they have a wide variety, there is a lot of times where something like this is kind of missing. And I don't even say missing. I would just say I haven't heard it from them, because I think that they actually did really well for this kind of song. And yeah, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I feel like that this song is just a great way to be able to show that they too can also have a soft side, and I think that they did it very effectively. if I'm being 100% honest, like obviously the vocals worked very well. I always do have to say that I struggle with like when a song begins, and it's like a K-pop song, and they have like the rapper who comes in first and is like, "Girl, you know that I want you, and I know that I can't have you, but I wish that you'd give me just one chance." And then then the song goes on, and you're just like, "Oh man." But I think that we kind of got a little bit of that with Honey, but I have to say, I am actually really brought the rap line into this a lot more effectively. And this is coming from somebody who's very much probably in love with Juhani, but I thought that he really brought that in and gave a nice introduction into the rap line. And you know what? Having that nice warm summer feel to this definitely does not hurt at all. This is just another notch in the tapestry of their musicality more than anything. I knew that they could do something like this, but I wanted to hear it. So I think that this actually works out very well. Yeah, a nice warm summer song, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think they do pretty good. I don't know if this is a song that I'd throw on all the time, but yeah, I think they definitely pulled it off. So anyway, let's move on to the next song. I feel like that as much as I can do here is just a nice love song, nice warm summer breeze. Best way to describe it. Moving on, we are doing a song that is called Unfair Love. So let's check it out. End it all off on. Looks like an old iPhone. Or iPod Touch, maybe.
모두 너에게 반했어 말도 안 돼 넌 반칙 긍정 아닌 부정도 아닌 말 자꾸 너 말만 해 상해지게 반칙 같은 너 baby 반칙이야 네 맘은 뒤집어놔 go baby
This is wild.
왜 너는 알고 난 안 돼
What a shift.
장난은 집어쳐 충분히 받아줬네 반칙이 쌓여 넌 퇴진당이지 나한테 꺼지면 돼 하고 꺼지면 돼또 꺼지고 버리면 돼나 쿨하게 가고 싶은데 그게 잘 안되네 넌 뭔데 반칙인 건데 외로운 내 노란 얼굴 빨갛게 만들어버린 넌 이제 애초에 시작하지 않았어 적당히 할 거면 이런 거면 그 알 것 같은 모른 이 표정
They had their own concert going on in the back. This is wild. What an ad-lib. What in the world did we just witness? Oh, that music video was awesome. You know, honestly though, my very first thought, this felt a lot like really old K-pop. Like, not like first gen old, but like second gen, maybe even early third gen, more second gen. Like, this could have almost been like a song from Shiny. If I'm being real, that's kind of what it feels like to me personally, as I feel like that this is a kind of a song from that era, if that makes sense. And kudos to them, because honestly, going back and recreating a song or a sound, not a song, is very difficult, because a lot of times when you move past a certain genre, or not genre, but like generation, a lot of times it's really hard to reconnect that same feeling. And like, if I'm being honest, like, I think the biggest thing, I'm gonna use a video game as an example, I apologize, but like a lot of times you'll see companies get together and they will make retro nostalgic style games like Shovel Knight and or Blasphemous or Dead Cells, games like that. But like, it works and they're good, but it doesn't quite have that same feel as like you did if you played like Castlevania, if that makes sense. Um, so it's an interesting thing, because like a lot of times I feel like this sound can't be replicated. How old is this song? I better watch what I'm saying here. Okay, we're roughly in the same era as the last couple songs. Like, these are all around 2020 or 2026, 2016. So yeah, I mean, I think that this would even sound like a song that was maybe from like 2010, 2011, maybe. I don't know, but it's really kind of interesting because it it has kind of like those hooks that you get from that old school K-pop, and then you get kind of like that classic electric uh, SM kind of feel, as I always kind of like to think about it. Like when you think about Shiny or FX, you know, a lot of times they'll have kind of like a very catchy, very poignant, well, not poignant, but like a very abrupt electric song to it, like you hear from an old Shiny song. That's what it is. But you know what? They do good. By the way, I love the fact that they're watching their own concert on their phone. Look, it's even them on Mnet. That is so funny. Okay, what is this? Do you see that red suit there? I gotta. What? Let me know. You probably already know. But yeah, no, this is a cool song though. I actually kind of dig it. I like the fact that they were able to really delve in and pull out that old sound out of retirement. Like, it's really interesting. I don't feel like that I've heard this kind of sound for a long while. At least not in the boy group section. I mean, I think that there's been a few girl groups that have been able to get into that. But of course, I mean, it's Monsta X. They did a good job with it. They're kind of baby in this one, aren't they? They're a little bit more on the baby side of Monsta X. So maybe when we have this era of Monsta X, maybe we call them Mon Babies. No. Anyway, no, this is a nice song though. I appreciate their the fact that they were able to just create the sound and are able to really kind of pay a nice homage. It's very nice. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you and goodbye.